Sudan's footballers are rewriting history books. Despite being torn apart by war back home, they've taken over the football field with much bravado. In a rare moment of hope, they've managed to clinch qualification for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. And this against the backdrop of a devastating conflict. The civil war has been raging since April 2023. It's killed 15,000 people, displaced millions. That's also obviously affected sports too. Since April last year, domestic football too has come to a grinding halt. The national team has been forced to play home matches at neutral venues. In fact, a lot of their training and matches took place in Saudi Arabia this year, a place far from home. So no home crowd to inspire them, no familiar turf to hone their skills at. Every game, an uphill climb. They were fighting their own situation before they could even think of taking on their opponents and carrying the weight of their country's struggles. They set on the near impossible task of making it to the AFCON. The final stretch of their AFCON 2025 campaign, in fact, was nerve-wracking. They needed just a single point from their last two games, but they were dealt a massive blow when Nigeria handed them a crushing 4-0 defeat. But there was some hope. In their final fixture, they played out a goalless draw against Angola and managed to secure a second-place finish in Group F, which helped them seal a spot in next year's AFCON. Now, in many ways, it lifted the spirits of a nation that desperately needed something to cheer for. Even in exile, the Falcons of Jediane have managed to make a resounding statement. The nickname of the Sudanese national teams, a reference to the bird falcon across cultures that we know comes to symbolize freedom. In war-torn Sudan, the sense of freedom is a distant dream. Yet these falcons have defied all odds. Playing on foreign soil, far from home, they found it in them to cross the line and give their fans much to rejoice. A feeling that resonates with the team too of what this win means, not just for the sport in the country, but the people back home too who they've been playing for. In October, Sudan played back-to-back qualifiers against Ghana, one of Africa's strongest teams. They held them to a draw in the first match, and in the second, they secured a shocking 2-0 victory in Libya. These wins were crucial in helping them qualify for AFCON, and the person behind this resurgent display has been their coach, James Kwesi Appiah. Since James's arrival, Sudan has lost just 2 of their 14 matches. The former Ghanaian football coach has been key to the rise of Sudan. He's instilled a winning mentality in the squad. He took over the reins, in fact, at the Sudanese national team last year and has been working hard with the players since then. One of their players, Abubakar Aiza, as you just saw, he spoke to British media stating that the entire team's sense of belief, in fact, came from the top, came from the experienced James Appiah. For Sudan, this is a dream qualification, of course. And it is this sense of belief that's being translated onto the entire team because they have been able to do what many before them couldn't. Their journey in the AFCON, in fact, has been torrid. To think they were the first to host AFCON back in 1957, they either withdrew or failed to qualify for the tournament for decades from 1978 up to 2008. Their best effort, in fact, has been champions in 1970. After that, it was the quarter-final performance in 2012. This will be, in fact, their first AFCON appearance since 2012, but this is not where they wish to stop. The AFCON, like you heard from some of their players, is just the beginning. Their target, of course, is 2026 FIFA World Cup. The coach certainly believes they can, and they do so too.